We can't hear anything.
Haha, I just saw that too because I was looking and then I saw that I, for some reason, had it muted. So it should be going now. I apologize. All that perfect analysis that Steven and I was just doing missed.
Ugh.
I'm gonna go
Well,
ahead and run ads anyway. Um, and then when we get back, hopefully we'll be into Champ Select once Opie and them we're able to get them back into a lobby, and then we can talk about it again since people missed it. So I'll run some ads and we'll be back shortly.
it happens. And for all the people that aren't seeing ads right now, thanks for subbing. Let's see how many subs we have in the chat. If you can hear this, say hello. Actually, if you can hear this, tell us one of your favorite PMALCS moments. How about that? I got an ahoy. Not sure who you are in chat because we all have weird Twitch names, but wait, actually, Allie. That's Allie. Ah, I get the name now.
I shall endure. I want a turn.
Okay, I believe the ads are over, and on time we are back into a lobby again, or a Champ Select, I should say. Let's I'm actually gonna bring this up.
So we're gonna act like we're seeing this for the first time.
Yeah.
Who is Scooter McDude?
That's a good question, actually. That's a name I don't recognize either.
Who are you, mysterious Scooter McDude?
Obviously, they know us because he's putting flashbacks to Don't Ban Poppy.
Yeah. Oh, Frontlash is dead. Hello. Thanks for joining.
Perfect. We got some
That's awesome.
love seeing the family support here.
Oh yeah. Now I know when I was on Dweem Team with Frontlash last split, his parents always tuned in. It's
Nice.
awesome.
All right, so this time coming through in order, mostly. Well, might not be lined up perfectly for some of them, but Scion versus Set, Jarvan versus Poppy. It's not Jinx mid. They're not lined up properly. Shame on them. No, just kidding.
Reported. Someone call Riot Gerg. Ban him.
It's gonna be, what was it? Victor mid, right? And then Jinx Melio versus Ashe Blitzcrank.
And if you see in the bans, the next two are going to be targeted. Fwesh in the mid lane, about to take away his vintage Zillion, which has forced him onto the Orianna. I mean, he clearly plays Ori and is very good at the champ, but I fully expected a Nico pick because I know he's been spamming Nico and is a big fan.
Yeah, Nico, Heimerdinger are the only other two that you typically think of as like once Anivia and Zillion.
Pantheon too, I guess.
I don't know if he's
something.
ever gonna actually play Pantheon and PMALCS. But
Yeah.
I don't know if he has yet. If he has, I wouldn't know. I don't know. Maybe that's something they want to mess with if they get towards the end of the season here and they're their record's really strong, and they might just want to like experiment with some stuff before playoffs, maybe. Um, but otherwise, I don't know if I would expect the Pantheon out of there. Okay, so basically, mostly what we had talked about when you couldn't hear us was so looking at enjoy every emote on blue side. We know they picked a super strong front to back scaling team fight here with Jinx Victor being able to dish out tons of damage in the late game team fights. With a Scion and a Jarvan to be there, engage, and stand in front of them, and Milio to enable them, especially giving Jinx even more range on her rockets, giving them move speed and shields, and being able to cleanse for them if they get hit by like the Ash ult or something. So very standard. Not, you know, they might not have the best. They're not looking to like 4-1 with like a Fiora, or they're not going to split push you. They want to line up and just put the tanks in front, put the carries behind, and just brawl it out. And it's a simple execution, and it works. On the other side, IT+3, we talked about they have some team fight potential, um, especially with the Orianna, um, but they are definitely looking to catch people out with Blitzcrank or Ashe ults and make picks happen. So the vision, especially deep vision for them, is going to be even more important than normal, because watching for people out of place or trying to rotate, through lanes or through the jungle into getting hooked by Blitzcrank, something like that, before an objective fight. That's going to be what they're looking for. They do have the combo that we mentioned of Set ulting Scion into his own team, which does a lot of damage once Set is a million HP, and then you can combo a Shockwave with that to do a ton of burst if they're able to get both of those onto Jinx and Victor. So that's their strongest ideal play for a team fight, but otherwise they're just looking for catching people out. So um, with the way
Yeah,
these
we
teams have been
expect
playing, I expect it to be honestly be really close and be a really back and forth game. So I'm looking forward to it.
agreed, and some other things to look out for are going to be some clutch Milio ults, because there's a lot to ult. I mean, you can get out of the Orianna ult. You can't. I mean, not the damage, but the CC portion. You can stop Poppy from her ult. You can set doesn't really matter. Well, actually, wait. Technically, yeah, right. If he tries to alt Scion, let's say Milio could alt for the Scion, and the Scion isn't in set alt anymore, or is that
I
ever?
don't think you can do that to knockups though. So
Okay, gotcha.
so I don't think you. I know you can't cleanse a knockup, so I'm assuming Melee ult works the same. But
Yeah, I would assume the same. But still, that, but Ash alt as well. You got a lot of different options, and then another thing to look for on the side of EEE. And speaking of clutch alts, are going to be coming from this Victor, who can also stop channeling. So keep those two ultimates in mind during these team fights, because I think that they're going to be pivotal moments. Is my prediction. I think that IT+3 is definitely going to be coming out guns a blazing, trying to get some early Drakes, I would imagine, as well. So I see a lot of action coming out of them, whereas the side of EEE is definitely looking to stall out to late game, to where their hyper carries can become online and absolutely shred the opponent. So predictions, what do you think?
um, oh, we're in
And we'll
game. Hold
stop
on.
at 15, I'm assuming.
15. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, sorry, 1 second. There, you get to see Set mid kickflip on there. I'm paused. I'm just putting the.
Yeah, I'm too. Just let me know when you're ready, and I'll give you the old countdown.
Me countdown?
It doesn't matter, either or.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You got it.
I'll do it since I'm on the stream. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Looks like a
My
potential bot
prediction. I
lane
will
cheese.
say I'll say I really like the Jinx Victor. I'll just say EEE for game 1, but it could definitely go either way. Okay, they're gonna see a stack versus a invade. Of course, it's a blitzcrank, so you know you have to watch out for this. And they're just gonna stand behind a Scion. If they like walk into like Scion while he's charging up his Q and gets a big knock up, that can be pretty dangerous. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I want to put it behind Ice Cold to throw a blind hook. Oh, they can use the Oreo and Onaball to check. Oh, here it is. He's gonna channel it, and Ice Cold's just gonna be dead. Oh my gosh, the damage is
wow.
huge. We talked about it. Garfield Juice is low, Front Lash is low. Where are the flashes? There's the flash. Opie gets
Opie.
another kill.
Opie.
We see a ghost from Opie as well, I think. In the knock-up, in the slow, the
Opie.
flag, Opie double kill. Can he get the triple? He will not. The Airy. Oh, and the Scorch, I think, actually got on TNT, and Opie
excited.
is running him down, gets another one. That is a 5-for-0 ace at
no.
level 1, and EEE are gonna look to smash open this early game. A 3-0 Jinx.
That is not what you want to see. Yeah, this is going to be a tough start. Starting the game with pickaxe, this Jinx is insane.
Yeah, this is unplayable. Bot lane. You can't go level 1 down a pickaxe against a Jinx Milio. Whew. Okay.
It's going to be tough.
You ever see a 2,500 gold lead at a minute and a half?
No. Can't say I have.
Top side, they're going to be
Garfield
some...
Juice getting the Grasp of the Dying proc.
yes,
Or no,
yes.
sorry, the Conqueror proc.
Yeah.
It looks like.
All right. So,
Good trade for Legends mid.
all you got to do bot lane is not get
Do that?
happened, but I think they're okay, maybe. Well, there's no sums, but the pickaxe damage is huge. Not enough. And who got the kill? Unfortunately, Blitzcrank got the kill, so the shutdown did not go into the Ash. But it's still good. You're going to deny some more XP and deny some CS here from the Jinx. She's still obviously going to be really far ahead. Another hook. Oh,
Gets the
beautiful hook. And that's going to be killed. That time it does go on to TNT. Okay, well, maybe it's not unplayable if you get level 2 first and you hook the Jinx because she has no sums.
These are
Top
us in some
side.
serious trouble here.
Haymaker. Oh, doesn't need it. Garfield Juice
Doesn't
already
need
goes
it.
and gets his
Gonna
first
clear
kill of the
the
game. Okay, well, maybe let's hold our horses there. It's now less than 1,000 gold. Like a minute and a half later is the difference, so...
Man, he stayed alive a long time. He got 6 CS out of that. My goodness. They do
Alright.
see the Jarvan. Looks like they're... Nope. Backs off smartly.
By the way, to note, I don't think we had said it yet, but it is Legends actually mid lane on Victor and Maie with the Jarvan. Because we knew that they could have flexed either way, to be honest, so... Victor starting the game with a tier as well with the gold from he had level 1, so that's kind of nice. He gets to start stacking a tier and still get the Doran's shield. Bot lane is still, once Ashe gets her double Doran's, you know, still slightly in favors the pickaxe, but Ice Cold Bro is already on the roam, who's not going to get knocked up by the flag and drag. Yeah, getting the shutdown gold on Blitzcrank means he just bought a really early Moby boots, and he's just going to be out running around. So.
Opie trying to abuse the situation with the 2v1 playing up, but he's in some trouble here with the Blitzcrank Hex Tech opening the wall, but does not land the hook. Blue with a nice Q for the disengage as well. Ooh, Front Lash coming in. Are they going to be able to pick this up?
The red buff is
Scion?
going to get the slow. He has quite a bit of health already. Another slow coming in. The W from Garfield Juice, not enough on the grit or whatever his passive is called for the true damage, but...
Ooh, Flesh in some trouble.
Yeah. Here comes another hook attempt. Nicely dodged. And Jinx getting the heal and an extra ranged rocket in there. Meanwhile, Garfield Juice is looking for another solo kill here. He's going to get knocked up, but the Haymaker just comes through anyway. And that's 2 now solo kills, although he did get help from his jungler before that. But poor jungler doesn't get an assist for that, even though he kind of should. Here's the Hex Flash bot side. Ice Cold Bro is going to ignite and look for a knockup. The hook is also going to come through. The damage is really high. Jinx can finish him off and decided not to run away with her Get Excited and ran back at the Ashe. I think there was an opportunity to use her passive to run away and live, but...
Yeah, it was definitely close. I mean, honestly, worth the trade, in my opinion. You're getting the Ashe back in it. You now have a CS lead against somebody who started, 3-0
Yeah.
with a pickaxe. So way to stabilize the lane down on
Oh,
bot
Maya
side.
going in for the dive, and he gets it. Maya's going to get the kill in return, but that is a lot of minions, golden XP that was crashed that Ashe doesn't get to collect now, so that also might be worth it. Oh, topside, Garfield Juice is just going to ult him in, try to run him down, pull him back, another Haymaker will do it. He doesn't have it quite yet, maybe. And there it is. Not enough damage without his passive built up. But bullying BZRS here off of the wave to no health. And he doesn't have his level 6 yet, so we can't just recall an ult back to lane. He doesn't have TP either, so this is a little bit of a rough spot. Garfield Juice gets to shove that in, and BZRS is going to miss out.
Yeah, Flash with a slight CS lead, but obviously down in gold because of the kill and 3 assists. Blitzcrank, but the Flash does not connect to the Jinx.
It's a good attempt, and it does, like when you have Hex Flash, it doesn't really matter. Like you can throw your flash around. Maya goes for the knockup. He gets it. Legends is there as well. Shutdown actually goes to the Jarvan. Legends does not use the Chaos Storm, but doesn't need to. Nice punish on the overstay there on Garfield Juice. Ping is coming down onto Baron. They knew Jarvan was topside, so IT+3 is looking, but instead they're going to try to pick off this Melio, who does have his flash. Can't get away from the hook in time. He's going to get flash stunned into the wall, but that's a very nice gravity field and Chaos Storm to defend his support. The Shockwave goes on the Legends, but doesn't get anything back for it. Maya goes back out the other side. Front lash now in a rough spot. That's another kill for Jinx, who's going to start running him down. You don't want to get hooked into a 3v1 though, so be careful. Never mind, Legends is there to back him up. Flash forward, another rocket will do it. That's 2 more kills on the Jinx. And now it will be EEE taking the first dragon of the game.
And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to pick anything up on the top side either with the way that the wave is, so... Garfield Juice completely negating the Scion Q with his Haymaker. Very well played. Sidesteps. Should be able to get this trade.
Oh, he's going to ult him backwards. Not quite into the turret range, but the Conqueror comes in and he doesn't have a W. Oh, there's the W, but shield versus shield. BZRS gets to walk away.
Released his Haymaker just a little early there. If he would have waited for the Scion Q to go down, it might have been a better trade, but close nonetheless.
Yeah, and Set is already winning here, but once he gets the Blade of the Ruin King collected and gets the percent health damage as well, it's going to make it even harder here.
Oh yeah, and he's going to be able to slow him too.
Yep. Just kind of trying to deny him from this cannon. Oh, he gets it with the Roar of the Slayer though. Nice. So we see the first 2 mythics completed now. Jarvan completing the Gore Drinker. Oh, Blue 7's going to get slowed here. But there's a flash on the Flag and Drag. TNT respect flashes as well. No ghosties though. But the Ashe is going to be a bit more vulnerable. Gore Drinker, like I said, completed for Maya. And then Kraken Slayer completed for the Jinx. So down a little bit of CS, but those 6 kills gets her the first... mythic. Garfield Juice up 20 CS. This is a huge wave though, so Bees will bring that back some.
Hextech Flash.
Yep.
Gets
on the Melio, and he's going to get stunned and eliminated by the burst from the Blitzcrank ult, but Maya's there for the return. That's the thing about Melio is, yeah, you can enable your carry really strong, but if you're the one that gets caught out, it's pretty much over. So As usual, Ice Cold Bro pretty on point with his hooks on this champion, which is why it gets banned a lot. But a couple of plates here going the way of Jarvan and Jinx as well. So the gold is about a little over 2,000, which is kind of where it was right after the 5 for 0. So back and forth since then, but the gold has stayed kind of the same. Also, Gerg7 in the chat, I don't know how long ago you said hi, gamers, but hello. Hopefully you saw the crazy 5 for 0 level 1 that happened. A chance to breathe here for a little bit. Garfield Juice still does not have the Bork completed, so he takes a lot of damage there. Returns it with the true damage on the Haymaker. Blue gets hooked and heals himself and cleanses, and heal is still keeping him alive. The Jinx Rocket gets the kill, and Front Lash does not boot away my A and B's before saving his top laner, so Jarvan getting another kill. It's 4-1 and 7. Another carry potential we're not talking about with all these kills on the Jinx, but TNT chasing down a kill bot side. He does get it, but dies for it himself. And then we see the kill top side, so.
Jinx just getting free gold. Turret plate after turret plate.
Yeah, anytime you have a Jinx that is 7 kills and 3-4 turret plates, even the first turret bonus, before 13 minutes into the game, that's pretty scary. So we'll see how much gold. I doubt she'll buy a full item on this recall, but maybe she can.
Here's my fear for the side of IT+3.
We're going to see a Hex Flash. Blue is vulnerable. He does not have his Flash quite yet. He gets to... Oh, Flash barely comes up in time. Are you kidding me? He walks out of there. Garfield Juice now does make the most of getting his Blade of the Ruin King. The Haymaker doesn't get the sweet spot, though. And BZRS is able to live. Garfield Juice wants this kill so bad, but it's a little risky. Timing a Scion, I think. Oh, the pullback. Oh, he didn't have his W, I don't think, but almost enough with the Q auto resets and the Bork damage. Well, we're seeing some setup here bot side. Farnlash is going to get met by Maye, who decides to not chase down the phase rush Poppy.
Yeah, even if the side of EEE, even if they were going even right now, it would be huge. And the fact that they are so far ahead, I mean, we're looking at a 2.5k gold lead. I mean, granted, mostly on the Jinx, but still fairly spread with the J4 being fed as well.
Yeah.
It's just not a spot that you want to be in. I definitely see some bush cheesing ahead and some desperation plays to try and get them back in control. But the longer this game goes, the more they know their time is just simply running out.
Yeah. So, second dragon of the game, and now it's an Infernal Drake, which is even scarier if... oh, Ashhold, a little wide.
It's not
even scarier here for IT+3 is if they keep stacking these dragons, they're going to have an Infernal Dragon. Okay, he interrupts the knock-up, and BZRS flashes away, and he stays for another... I think he could have kept running. But he channels the Q, and Garfield Juice just runs up and smacks him. But another solo kill there topside. Garfield Juice, that's his third solo kill on the set, who's now up 30 CS as well. So looking very good. Ice Cold looking for another hook. But they're being respectful. And there is the turret response there for IT+3 as Garfield Juice using his strong top side to get the top turret. Mythics now completed for 8 out of the 10, or sorry, make that 7 out of the 10 players. Divine Sunderer, of course, for front lash. You almost always expect him to go Divine Sunderer on that champion, even though most others would probably go tank. But he likes to do the damage. Looks like we're going to see a Heartsteel coming in for the set as well after. Oh, here comes Ice Cold running in. He hooks, and he scores on the blue, and the Shockwave is going to put him into the dirt. Flesh takes a lot of damage from this Jinx.
Oh.
The Rocket comes out.
Does not connect.
Does not connect.
TNT with the body block.
Yeah. Here's Maya. Ooh, doesn't get the flag and drag. Just goes in and instantly gets the flash out of TNT. There's no Shockwave to follow up. The Chaos Storm is huge, and OP goes on a rampage with another Rocket. TNT flashes and still dies. Flesh and Ice Cold are really low, so they're going to let this turret go down. It's going to be 2-1 now in turrets. Oh, Maya looks for another flag and drag, but he gets pulled, and he gets flash stunned into the wall. BSRS is there. They were looking for that play, but they're able to back out of there. Legends takes down the turret, but a shutdown there onto Jarvan. Who got that shutdown? Poppy got it. Maybe not who you wanted on when Orianna's standing there, but the way Frontlash plays Poppy, it's still good to get gold on it.
I think Garfield might be in for a
Yeah.
little scary.
Nothing really he could have done there except for just ran up river.
Yeah.
His team wasn't there to defend, so.
Oh, the reset though, that's actually pretty big.
And
Poppy
it just
has
cost him
another
a little bit of time,
Yeah.
but I don't think you go for the steal here.
I know Frontlash, she's going for the steal.
He ults away the... He does ult away the Jarvan, but doesn't matter. Oh, that was funny. Melio just booted Frontlash out of the knockback, so he didn't get stunned. So gold is still just about 2,000, so it hasn't grown, really for Enjoy Every Emote. With the shutdown kills that have gone over.
Oh, that
Ooh,
outplay
nice.
with the pull.
Pulls him back in, takes a turret shot. Doesn't quite hit the damage on the W. Bot side, Ice Cold is around here watching out for this invade, but they have to be a little careful walking out there. Hook gets onto... Wow, I think that was a blind hook onto Legends, who's going to somehow be able to walk out of that one right now. Maya is going to go down, though, and Legends is still... Oh, you had the TP bot side, Garfield Juice on the flank. They're actually going to get it, and that's a 2 for 0 there. And
play.
yeah, 2 for 0 there for IT+3. That's what you need, is when you... he knew, Ice Cold knew that they were there, but he still didn't have actual vision. So he was just throwing a hook into an area he thought someone might be, and they got it.
Almost pulls the Jinx there.
Almost
My
got another one, but
goodness.
this is huge here, not just for the kills, but also stopping this dragon stacking. The last thing you want is a fed Jinx and a Victor getting Infernal Dragons as well. So really big turnaround here. Makes it only about 1.5k is the gold difference in favor of EEE. So they still have a lead, and they still have a 2-item Jinx already. Flesh TP's top to collect here, but Bees is still going to get that turret easy with a massive Demolish proc. I'm going to say, you know, after how that level 1 went, I wasn't expecting it to be this close at this point in the game.
Same.
Bees R Us is getting kind of collapsed on here, but that's a massive Heartsteel proc on the Flesh, and he's just going to ult out of there. He knew that Blitzcrank, or he knew that there was 2, possibly more members on the way. So gets another Rift Herald proc.
Get it. Get the second charge. Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Legends was just pushing up bot side, so they have another wave coming in here. Bot Flesh is going to collect. The rest of the teams, no. There's a ping there onto Baron, or pinging Vision anyway. Being cleared. He's looking for a blind hook. Doesn't get it. He knew that Jinx was going to be around there. He's fishing, and most of the time he connects. So, Dragon's still 3.5 minutes away. Baron's been up for 30 seconds. We haven't quite seen an actual like standard front to back team fight here from Enjoy Every Emote yet. But they haven't really had to based off how that level 1 went. But yeah, we still haven't seen the full potential of this team when Sion and Jarvan are getting off a clean engage with Jinx and Victor behind them. So it's still a bit scary, but look at that damage. BZRS is really tanky, but Garfield Juice can just punch him, and the Bork damage is huge. He still doesn't even have a Heartsteel yet, which will increase that as well. Flesh pushing bot side, no answer is going to get another turret here. Nice response. Blue team could be looking for an engage while Orianna's missing with no TP. Here it comes. Front lash going over the wall. Sion was ulting mid to follow up on it, but they get the flash out of Poppy, and that's all they need to disengage. Flesh is still seeing bot side, so now they're just going to brute force down this mid turret. 5 versus 4 without a... Oh, there's a flash instantly out of the Ashe. Maie is looking for it. Front Lash now is in by himself. Maie is also by himself, and he gets taken down. Jinx is on the backside. Set gets ulted backwards, and Poppy kind of disengages there. Opie goes unstoppable, though. Here comes the resets. Garfield Juice is not quite tanky enough yet. A double kill, but he gets pulled into the turret, and that's going to be a shutdown. Triple kill for TNT, but now Legends is here to try to finish off the Ashe. Not going to get it. Meanwhile, the whole time Orianna's been splitting. It's a 3-for-3 in the 5v4. However, Blue and Legends are going to take another turret here. Orianna, I think, will be able to respond and still keep it a very even play despite it being a 4v5. Oof.
Yeah, what a sweat fest that fight was. TNT trying his best to keep them off the inhib. Looks like he will, even though Emilio lands the Q there. Pinging for Baron, it looks like. This pink ward will spot them out by the red buff, however, so they do have an idea about what's about to happen. And I think most cooldowns should be close to being back up. Probably not the Jinx rocket just yet, but Sion's ult should be up, and that's huge.
Yeah, and the also important to track, though, cooldown wise, is the... Oh my gosh, that was a clean, and he does get the cleanse from Milio, but Milio ultimate instantly goes down. But it's a massive engage from the Sion and the Jarvan! Ashe is dead already. That's 3 now, and they thought that they had a pick there onto Legends, but the response from the from the Jarvan and the Sion was so huge, and they were able to clean that one up. So that'll be Baron going to EEE, and now for the first time they'll have a gold lead more than the 2,000 that they had early in the game.
Yeah, very clean from the side of EE. That's the exact type of team fight that you want to try and take every possible time. I mean, that's the front back to look, especially in the choke point where the Jinx can just free fire. Great play by the side of EE.
Yeah, and now they're looking at Dragon here. Front Lash recalls off. Dragon spawns now, and they're just going to be able to take it. Jinx will take it too fast, especially with the E from Maie, giving him even more attack speed. Orianna and Blitzcrank are nearby. Oh, they're looking to fight. There's a TP from the set. He has a flank. He's going to try to ult. He does ult Sion, but he doesn't get the Jinx. The hook doesn't hit Jinx either, and now Garfield Juice is going to go down. Shockwave is pretty nice, though, but the damage just is not there. Jarvan goes in there, but there's no carry behind him. Finally, Victor adds damage. Oh my gosh! Front Lash can't get Victor out of there in time. That's 2 quills on the Jarvan. Ashe went down to Jinx off screen. It's a 4-for-0, and now they're going to look at the base.
I think with how big the Jinx is, and you got a big fat Baron wave there, I think this might be game.
About 10
Long
seconds on
time.
Blitzcrank.
Yeah, they should
15.
be able to shred this tower.
Yeah, Jinx does it too fast, especially with the flag from Jarvan giving the move speed. And it was... Well, Front Lash is going to try to delay. There's another kill. Opie gets his 14th kill of the game on Jinx. And it does end. Maybe... well, 25 minutes is actually a pretty quick game. overall, EEE half of the level 1 didn't blow the game open like I thought they would have, but they still had control and were able to close it out. So, but you got to say the way that IT+3 stayed in the game after being completely aced level 1 and 3-0 Jinx to start the lane was a very impressive way that they held on. But in the end, the team fight team that was ahead got the perfect fight, and it was too much.
Agreed. Let's talk MVP. Do you know how to do that in the chat, or should I make a straw poll?
Um, I've never done it.
Well, while you look, I will start a straw poll, and whoever gets it done first is what we'll do. Because I don't know how to do it either on Twitch.
Here, I can do it. I got it right now. I'm
Okay,
typing it. So, okay. So we got two. These are us, Maya, Opie, Legends MK, and Blue. So we got a poll. We got 5 minutes on the poll. I think. Yep, looks like I see it on my screen.
So your thoughts on MVP?
Um, I mean, when you look at there's a 14-3 Jinx who did 20,000 damage, in 25 minutes. That's pretty. I mean, those numbers are impressive. I think when you start off the game 3-0 on a hyper carry ADC, it's kind of easy to go from there. Um, the Maya was also huge on the Jarvan. We didn't talk about him for a while. Who might have had one of the kills in the first fight, but lots of good ganks, some good cataclysms. He had like he was like 7-1 at one point. I think he did die a couple times after that, but um, I don't know. I think Legends was quiet because he was just farming mid lane with Flesh. Um, I think I would give it to OP just because I don't think anybody individually stands out head and shoulders above the rest. So then when you just look at who that score line, that damage line on the team that won, with I don't think anybody else did anything to really establish themselves higher than anyone. So I would just give it to OP based off of numbers. Um, if you could give it to the losing team, I would give it to Ice Cold Bro for those Blitzcrank hooks, which is what kept them in that game after that terrible level 1. But no, I think I would give it to OP, but you could give it to Maya or Legends. I think any of those three would be worthy. So
Hot take on this. So I definitely think in terms of overall pressure, getting gold, getting kills, doing damage, etc. Clearly the Jinx. But I want to say, for the sheer fact of the Scion enabling, there were three crucial moments that in the game, and all three were set up by the Scion. Thinking back to level 1, the Q in the bush, buffering it perfectly, getting a 5-man knock up to start the game, and then the alt mid, and then the alt in right by Baron that led to the Baron play.
that is
Um,
true. I think
I think the Scion, especially in that matchup versus the set, held his own and came in absolutely clutch when it was time.
that is true. When you think about it, it was the level 1 fight in general. It's hard to say like anyone when it starts off with the that Scion Q, it definitely is big. And you're right, like the Scion ults, especially the one in front of Baron, when Victor they thought they hooked or killed the Victor with the Ash ult. I think also because you look at him, like those maybe are the highest highs for the team, but he also when you look at he was solo killed a couple times in lanes, so that also like he also has more valleys. So I think he has more peaks and valleys than maybe the rest of the team. Um,
I could definitely agree to that.
so maybe that's why I didn't think of him at first. But yeah, I honestly think anybody's deserving of it. The Milio, uh, also like that last fight when Victor got hit by the Ash ult, he saved the Victor with his ultimate to allow Victor then turn around and dish out damage without just
Yep.
getting bursted. So that's also a big moment. Oh, let me get into this lobby.
So
Whoopsie.
we got a couple minutes left on the straw polls, or so not straw poll, but on the poll. So make sure you get your votes in. Right now, Bees R Us is leading with 50% of the votes at 2 total votes, and then Opie and Legends both have 1 vote apiece. So if you're in chat, make sure you get your votes in. We got just a couple minutes left.
Okay. There's another vote for Opie, so it's 2 for 2 between Opie and Bees.
Yep, it's tied up.
And I can confirm as well, we have Bear Jr. back for game 2, which is nice. We also had Blue 17 had to get going, so we have a sub Blue 17 for Super Hoagie. So gain 1 member, lose another, but they still won game 1 with their sub. So let me bring up. I think they're getting ready to start champ select.
Looks like Opie is the winner with a total of 3 votes. The poll has closed.
All right, congratulations, Opie. 80 carries can win MVP after all. Um, very strong. I mean, 14, 3, and 7 on that's the
Very
7
worthy.
KDA, most damage on the team. Um, so on to game 2 though, as IT+3 will look to make it a 1-1, and the bans coming in there. They ban Yasuo since Bear Jr.'s here. They ban Jarvan this time, which was very strong, and now they're going to first pick Jinx for themselves for TNT, which I know he also will be happy about. Bans for EEE, I think were the same. So we'll see what their response is here, having to pick another 80 carry for Opie. Will we see his Tristana, which is, we have the other known Tristana player in the cast here, so that would be fun.
I would love it.
We'll see.
I will say, do you think that IT+3 is going to go with a second round mid pick this time? That way, no pun intended with the Anivia ban, but Flesh doesn't get pigeonholed into another champion.
I don't think they have to. I think he has enough. I mean, the Oriana, it didn't seem like it did a lot, but just because I think he wasn't, there weren't a lot of team fights where he had they had the position for him. I think like if you're not getting big shockwaves on Oriana, you seem like you're not doing. There's not a lot happening. He did have a couple decent shockwaves that were just with everything else going on, were just kind of overlooked. But you talked about Nico, we talked about Heimerdinger. Those three with a zillion with which will probably get banned. But I think he has enough picks they're comfortable on. They don't need to force a pick here, and let him potentially get a counter if they want to. Poppy again for front lash. Oh, let me go over to the client because I missed EE's first
No, it
pick.
is Kaisa.
Kaisa
Kaisa is
for
the first
Opie.
pick.
Okay. So still a very strong scaling 80 carry, but less of a let me sit back here and throw rockets from a mile away, and more of a look for my opportunity to dive in and get a kill. Oh, they're actually going to blind a Lissandra here. So that's another champion. We don't see him play a lot, but we know he has it. He has played it before when he's been, penta banned or something onto a Lissandra. So that's, I think it's a fairly strong champ right now. I think it's fairly safe in lane. And, of course, the lockdown, you force an instant cleanse onto the enemy AD carry. That probably go QSS as well. And this
Or
time
being locked in.
they're going to pick the Oriana on the other side. So um, still a kind of control mage fight here, which is interesting. That's not assuming Bear Jr. is going mid. That's not a normal Bear Junior champion, although we know he probably can play anything and do it well. But you normally see him on things that are gonna be like his own facilitating playmakers versus a Shockwave like Oriana. Kind of just wants to um, sit back and zone control and combo a Shockwave with like Amumu's ultimate. So it could be Legends mid again, and maybe we see like Bear Junior's Lee Sin out of the jungle, which could be spicy. So we'll see. But second phase, there's Ice Cold Bros Blitzcrank, very smart after last game, almost solo bringing his team back into that game after that level 1 with his Blitzcrank hooks, and another hook champion out of there. And IT+3 actually maybe sniffing out the Lee Sin and banning it, although Legends can play it too.
What can't Legends play?
Right.
That's the real question.
And another Lilia ban this time as well from Legends and or BZRS top.
So here's a question though. With the Lee Sin, why would you want to ban that with the you have a Poppy? Like he can't dash in if you're just next to the Poppy, right?
I mean that could potentially. I think it's. I mean I
Since
agree. Like that specific interaction kind of counters Lee Sin.
well, that and the Ward Hop too, both.
And the Warthog, yeah, you can if Poppy is standing next to Jinx when Lee Sin hits a Q, then yes, that can counter that. Otherwise, I think, I mean it's reliant on Poppy like sitting on top of Jinx, which she can do, but
I will say, they you ban 2 hook champions. He says, okay, I've got another.
yeah, he does have another one, and this one also has a point and click ult to go with it. Uh, We didn't mention the fiddlesticks there, which I definitely believe would be a. I don't know if I've ever seen Bear Jr. play fiddlesticks, so I would assume that's Legends with Bear Jr.'s Oriana. um, and Mordekaiser there being one of Garfield Juice's pretty known picks. It's also a pick for Bees R Us, so it's kind of denying Bees from being able to play it. It does let him counter, but I think Mordekaiser's just strong in general, especially when you're looking at like a Mumu Fiddlesticks. If you're able to ult one of those two
Ooh.
in a team fight to stop Fiddle ult or stop a Mumu ult from hitting the rest of your team. The Olaf counter though from Bees R Us, so he's going to look to get aggressive there on the top side with the Viking.
Yeah, that is going to be a tough matchup for the Mordekaiser. That is for sure. But ultimately, if they can, stall out and let the Mord get into the game at least somewhat, as long as he, like you said, ults the Amumu or the Fiddlesticks out of the game, it makes those fights significantly easier. So as long as he doesn't feed too hard into this Olaf, which it's honestly one of the worst counter picks for Mordekaiser, should be able to still have an effect in the game just purely because of the champion it is. It's pretty disappointing when you're a Fiddlesticks and it looks like you're about to get a 5-man alt penta, and then all of a sudden Mordekaiser ults you, and you're like, well, cool.
Very
It's kind
true.
of like
Yeah. Um. So, sorry. By the way, just like I should have said it last game too. Any random moments where I just stop talking is because I'm also eating pizza.
Ooh, what kind of pizza?
It's just a frozen pizza from the store, pepperoni sausage.
Gotcha.
Cheap.
Basic. I like it.
Yeah.
Classic.
I have 3 of them in my fridge in my freezer, because I'm moving at the end of this week, and I just wanted like some super easy stuff to throw in the oven for dinner this week while I'm like packing stuff and getting ready to move. So my dinner all week is frozen pizza. But anyway.
Feel that moving's the worst.
So
Where are you moving to though?
I live in Kansas City. I'm just moving to another part of Kansas City.
Gotcha.
People who know Kansas City know that it's kind of straddles Kansas and Missouri right on the line.
Yeah.
I've lived on the Missouri side my whole life. I'm moving to the Kansas side though, so it'll be the first
Traitor.
time. Yeah, I know. I know. But it'll be a lot closer to work, and it'll be like the complete other side of the city, which I don't know very well since I lived on this side my whole life. So it'll be kind of cool being in like a new area.
Yeah.
But all right.
You want to
Well,
hear something?
we are going to. I'm going to go ahead and pop another ad break in here real quick while we are going through finishing this champ select, and then we'll be in spectator delay after that. So stick around. We will be back. A packer gonna pack. Wow, you would, Opie.
Well, hello to all of our subscribers while we run these ads. I kind of forgot last time, but I'm going to do it this time. Time for some bacon bits, everybody. So, what do you get when you cross a pig and a centipede? Bacon with legs. What else we got here? Here's a thought. Why do we cook bacon and bake cookies?
From me?
Why do communists hate bacon?
I return to my trade.
Because it's from capitalist pigs. Well, that's enough of my bacon addiction. I think I'm cured. Okay, that's enough. Gotta love the groaners. Tizzy says, "Holy fuck, give me the ads instead." Thank you, Maye. Somebody enjoys the humor. Oh, rip client. Nope, we're good. Never mind. The other ones were atrocious.
Okay, so back from the ads. I'm gonna pretend that during the ad break I muted myself and deafened myself, so I didn't hear any of what Steven said. And just kidding. Some of those are actually pretty good, I thought.
No, it's okay. I just I pull up bacon puns on Google and I just go for it. Full send. My favorite one, now that everybody's here. What is green and smells like pork? Kermit the Frog's finger.
Oh,
Oh.
I'll let everyone in that's watching think about that one. I'm sure.
Not
I'm sure
Kermit.
you got it.
Says
I'm
Maye.
sure everyone got it pretty quick.
Childhood ruined.
All right, so we still got a couple minutes on the spectator delay now. Um,
Prediction.
Let's talk about, since we're seeing Red Division here. Standings coming into this week, pretty tight Red Division. Of course, a couple teams haven't had their bye yet, so everyone doesn't have the same amount of games. But IT+3 was sitting at 7-3. Then we had two teams at 6-6, a 5-7, and a 4-6. Enjoy Every Emote was one of the 6-6, so tied for second. Now 7-6 after that win. They'll look to go 8-6. So really tight Red Division here, especially if Enjoy Every Emote win game two, to put Ice T to 7-5. So with after this week, there's 2 more weeks of the regular season, um, which means we're getting down to the wire. 4 teams make it on the playoffs. Black Division, we have well, coming into the week, GLHF was 11-3, Onyx was 10-4. 8-6 for VTC, 4-10, 4-10, 5-9. So a little bit more spread in Black Division, but I will say I know that Onyx beat GLHF 2-0, so they jumped GLHF to first place in Black Division, looking very strong this week. So, like I said, 2 weeks left before the regular season is over. This is kind of the final push here to playoffs. I think there's one more Black Division match as well happening tonight.
Yeah, 10:30 EST. Tune in.
Okay, so we didn't talk that much about the team comps here. We don't have a lot of time. Just tell me if there's anything that stands out to you and who you think is going to win this one.
I'm looking at matchups here. Oh, it's pretty even across the board. This is a tough one, honestly. I know that there's not going to be a cheeky level 1. Surely they'll be aware of that, I would imagine. So, I'm leaning towards IT+3, just because the fact that you have 2 point-and-click ultimates that can take somebody out of the game, being the Lysandra R and the... Oh, let's pause at 15. The Lysandra R and the Mordekaiser R. Definitely think that that's going to give a ton of advantage towards positioning and being able to get some not necessarily equal fights, which will be good on their half. And then you have the hyper carry with TNT on the Jinx. So I'm leaning towards IT+3 on this one, but you could see a ton of Wombo coming from Enjoy Every emote that could carry them into the win. So IT+3 due to team fights. That's my prediction.
All
What
right.
about you?
Let's get into the game first here. Since I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm at 15.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. I kind of like the wombo of like Amumu, Fiddlesticks, Oriana. I don't know. I think EEE. They have 2 different players than they did last game, so that's interesting, I guess, to think about with Bear Jr. and Hoagie being in for Blue and Maie. But I don't know. I kind of feel EEE right now, so I'm gonna say they get to 2-0 this week, but we'll see. It's up to IT to prove me otherwise. So we saw a 5-point from IT+3 and a stack from Enjoy Every Emote, expecting maybe an invade because Nautilus still pretty strong level 1 with his hook. But they didn't do it, so we're not going to see the action this time. Oh, let me put the time controls away. There we go. Oh, Beezerus is going to get the undertow onto Garfield Juice and is going to be able to run him down and put a lot of hurt onto this Mordekaiser here. Doesn't get another auto, but yeah. I think if you're Mordekaiser there, you want to stay far away from that bush because I think you know if you take any fight level 1, you're going to lose unless he misses the axe. So, and he's going to keep the pressure up. There's another undertow, and he could have ghosted there to try to look to make him flash out. He did not, so it's going to be a rough early game here for Garfield Juice. But sometimes that's the pain of blind picking topside. I'm sure you know about that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the tables have definitely turned in the counterpick matchup in favor of Bees R Us for this one. A big hook coming out from the Nautilus onto Super Hoagie. Chompers do not go down.
Yeah, that was actually beautifully played from Ice Cold Bro because they were walking up because they knew they were going to get the level 2 minion kill faster. And they did. So they were level 2 when Ice Cold hooked him. They were still level 1, but he did it to stop Amumu from getting off the engage. And then they also got level 2 of their own. So then it was an even fight, and they couldn't take the advantage. So very smart from Ice Cold. That's why this guy is as good as he is. That's why this guy makes Diamond on support.
He's pretty all right. I was on a team with him a couple splits back, and it was a lot of fun. He unfortunately never gets to see his one true love champion, and that is Xerath.
Yeah.
Xerath
Top side,
is
the camera's not taking me there yet. The junglers were fighting each other. There we go, finally. Bees are us. Gets stunned into the wall and flashes over the wall. He flash roots, and Bees are us is just too strong. He's going to walk out of there. Legends is going to try to drain off Legends. Flashes forward, and that's first blood for Legends onto Fwesh. Bot side, we see the exchange going in. Super Hoagie is going to get taken down first. Ice Cold flashes to safety. Opie flashes the wall to get a return kill. He finally does, but now he's going to go down. Jinx gets excited, and TNT is going to get a kill. 2 kills for TNT. Blood all over the map here. 3 for 2 in the total exchange in favor of EEE.
Yep. A good wave control here, pushing this wave into the turret so we can get us back off without losing any. Significant advantage here for Garfield Juice top lane, though, after that scuffle in the jungle.
Yeah, that was exactly what he needed. Didn't kill Bees or Us, but put him really low and let him. Oh, he's gonna take it. Oh, both supports here. Wow, look at that. We're finding each other
Supportal
on the
combat.
roam top. Super Hoagie taken really low here, but he gets the bandage toss on the Garfield Juice, but Bees or Us is too low. He can't follow that up himself. So, wow, both supports in each other's minds perfectly on the roam top. I think we expect Ice Cold Bro to do that. He loves to get out on the map and roam around. Hoagie, I think, trying to think like Ice Cold Bro. And they find each other. That's pretty funny. But yeah, now after that massive start Bees R Us had, gets forced off of this, no teleports, and Garfield Juice is going to crash this wave and has himself a pretty good CS lead. So surviving the counter pick there thanks to the skirmish that happened in the jungle.
Overall, pretty boring mid lane, it looks like. You know, 2 control mages just throwing some spells, nothing crazy. Orianna has the advantage by a little bit just because of the kill and the assist.
Oh, and he got blue buff from that. I didn't realize.
Oh, yeah.
So he's able to just, well, it just wore off as I said it, but was able to just throw the ball around. EEE taking the first dragon as well, so they have themselves a couple hundred gold lead. And Hook goes wide, but the Zap does get a little damage on the Hoagie. Flesh is going to take the Claw out to safety. Hexsplash coming in there, and we're going to go topside instead. Directed Camera wants to see the top fight, and Garfield Juice is going to get taken pretty low here. He does get the shield. Bees R Us takes a lot of damage in return, actually, so pretty even trade. Pickaxe
Interesting that
versus
he
Giant Spelt, and who wins?
It's interesting that he didn't reuse the W passive on the Mordekaiser to gain that health back, because they weren't. You know, it's definitely good to keep the shield up rather than healing, but only if you're being actively attacked.
Garfield Juice gets the level 6 first. He's going to put Bees R Us into it before Bees R Us can ult out of it. The shield coming in maybe saves Garfield Juice. It does. Woof. That was risky there. Even with the ultimate, you know how much damage Olaf does when he's low, but yeah, the shield was clutch.
Yeah, the fact that the Olaf is down an ultimate and died is huge. Great ultimate by the Orianna to disengage.
made a mistake of taking a bite while all that was happening. Meanwhile, Legends comes in and gets a kill. There's the fear on the Flesh, who's going to get strained and barely... Oh, but he roots Bear Jr. Oh, he's barely able to walk out of that. Last turret shot. Here's the Hex Splash. Opie's going to look for a kill with the ultimate because turret aggro went onto Jinx, but they're able to walk it out. Oh, Bees are us. We missed a massive trade, I guess, topside, because Bees has no health and Garfield Juice is full health. So, more kills. Actually, even to the total kill score 5-5 with the bot lane fight there. Jinx 4-0 and up 15 CS. So, both games we're going to see a super fed Jinx. Although this time the rest of Jinx's team isn't doing quite as strong, other than the Mordekaiser. So we'll see how that plays into effect. Also, speaking of Fed, 3-0 Legends, MK, Fiddlesticks, and up lots of jungle camps as well. So it's gonna be a scary Fiddle. He's already scary enough with his
Looks
ultimate
like he's going to be
fear.
rushing Proto Belt, I would imagine, with that item.
Yeah. Oh, he sneaks into the bush. This is perfect. And oh my gosh, was that a
Sniffs
random
him out.
zap? Hoagie still goes for the bandage, but they're not fighting it because they know Fiddlesticks is right there. So that was either really lucky or extremely smart from TNT. I don't think he would randomly throw the zap there. So yeah. We're going to see the second dragon in the game in 1 minute. Will be a Cloud Drake, so we'll see how these teams position for that one. Off camera, Frontlash is soloing out the Rift Herald, it looks like, on the mini-map, so might be hearing that sound come in here in a moment. Now both junglers are up there, and we didn't hear the sound. Here comes the engage, though, onto the Amumu, who's taken pretty low. Mega Death Rocket comes in, and the flash forward, as Amumu also flashes. So lots of tempo here gained from that play, but that is now a flashless Jinx, who doesn't have cleanse either for a Fiddlesticks Fear or an Amumu ult. So that's pretty scary. Still no level 6, though, for Super Hoagie. I imagine he's probably close. And that's very important, though. With
coming over the wall.
Not channeling it yet.
Not
Flesh
yet.
is hugging the other side. Maybe he thinks it's coming. And then Legends backs out, so interesting. Ice Cold, though, looking here. He gets the flash hook. Here comes Fiddlesticks and gets the instant fear onto both of them. Played right into their hands. Bear Jr. is still pretty low, but he's going to walk out of that one. Double kill, actually, for Bear Jr., even though it was Legends who saved the day. Oh, the flash forward from Frontlash finally gets it with the ultimate.
Well played by Frontlash.
Yeah. Gets the shutdown, uses his flash and ult for it. Lots of cooldowns used here mid lane before Dragon is up, so I don't know if either team is going to fight it without some of these team fighting abilities. We'll see what happens. Super Hoagie finally does have the Curse of the Sad Mummy as OP is pushing in here, maybe looking for a turret plate. Still going to be very far behind Jinx, who does have a Kraken Slayer already. Does get the turret plate bot side, so that is nice, getting that influx of gold, but down almost 20 CS and 4 kills. Ooh, another ability spawning out the jungler there, sitting in the tri-brush. Pull back there on the Bees R Us gets pretty low. And oof. Big Q there. Meanwhile, bot side, another engage here on the Super Hoagie, who does go down to another rocket, and they are just forcing these engages out of Ice Cold Bro onto the Amumu. Don't have to hit the 80 carry, hit the support, and you'll still win. Legends is here, doesn't have the ultimate yet. They're going to know. Bear Jr. is here as well. Here comes Legends over the wall, and they're just going to kind of kite out of this one. Flesh is alone on the back side. He's going to now split in between them, and he puts Legends into the ult. The Shockwave is a lot of damage. Legends flashes to safety. Ice Cold Bro is not going to go down. Opie is low, and he finally goes down. TNT is going to barely survive. Fiddlesticks. Bear Jr. flashes the wall, but the auto still comes through. Here's a Mumu who just point blank Curse of the Sad Mummy, and the W does not gift the kill to Opie. In the end, a crazy fight ends up being 4 for 2 in favor of Enjoy Every Emote. It doesn't seem like it was that lopsided, but maybe Opie barely living.
Yeah, if TNT would have been able to place one of his yellow trinkets over the wall, he had that cleanup 100%. He just couldn't get the auto after he went over.
Yeah. I think what saved that the most was Bear Jr.'s Shockwave while they were running down the Fiddlesticks, because that allowed him time to flash over the wall and start channeling his ultimate. He still went down, but I think that overall sequence made a huge difference. And
Oh, for sure.
going to be still almost dead even in gold, though. Close in kills, and nobody gets the dragon, although now it looks like IT+3 are in position for it. He also just summons the Rift Herald bot. It was probably about to time out. And it's going bot, which is already one turret plate, so that'll just finish that. They'll get the first turret of the game as well as evening the dragon score. So losing out on the fight, but now winning on the objectives afterwards. Bear Jr. is forward here. Shockwave is not used yet. It has a big ultimate from Fiddlesticks. Shockwave only hits one, but it's a double kill for Legends MK. Opie now trying to fight versus Jinx, but it's not a 1v1 when Amumu flash Qs. Triple kill actually for Legends MK, who's now massive on this Fiddlesticks. And a dragon goes the way of IT+3, but more kills will go in favor of EEE. You know what, Tizzy? They are wrong, but that's just because I didn't change them, okay? Here. You can watch me change them in real time. There. Happy now, Tizzy? All this stuff has been happening, and the top laners have just been farming it out up here.
Good flash by the Olaf to get away from Ice Cold Bro.
Could have just popped the Ragnarok, which he does now, and Garfield just flashes away. Look at the lifesteal is huge, but another Q from Mordekaiser. BZRS, though, is able to survive, and he has team backing him up now, so he's stepping forward despite being low health. Here comes Front Lash to knock Bear Jr. towards the turret, who does take one turret shot, but he walks away to safety. And Bear Jr. looking for the Shockwave. He does hit it, and Opie gets the W, but he's not going to chase him under turret. Meanwhile, there is no Ragnarok for BZRS to cancel the Mordekaiser ult. The lifesteal is almost enough with the attack speed, but Garfield Juice is too big. 2-0 on the Mordekaiser. Here's a Fiddlesticks ultimate. He's not going to get the fear, though, because he was seen by the Poppy, and he does kill the Poppy, though.
Was that a very short-range bandage by Hoagie to stop the front lash on Poppy? I think that's what happened, because he stopped there for a second and he wasn't able to get his E up, so the Mordekaiser was still able to ult in. So I think that he got disrupted by a very short-range bandage, maybe?
Could have been, yeah. I wasn't paying attention to that. Garfield Juice will
couldn't
take
able
the
to catch
turret
it.
top here, give themselves a little bit of gold back. So still very close game. Not even a 1.5K or just about there. And 4 kill deficit though. And even on dragons, so this one's shaping up to be very close.
I think it's going to be battle of the point-and-click ultimates here.
Could be. Topside, we're going to see a collapse here as these three are by themselves. Ragnarok comes out instantly from Olaf to try to run this one out. He's going to get hit by the death charge, though, and he just cannot survive all of that. TP was also used from Garfield Juice to dissuade any other follow-up from the rest of his team, which is nearby. They're going to look at this Rift Herald now, I believe. Legends MK can do a scary Fiddlesticks ult over the wall, but it's a 5v4, and I don't think it's worth the risk.
Yeah.
Bear Jr.
And the
is
only
going to
thing
get put into the Death Realm. I don't think Oriana wants to be in there with this 2-0 Mordekaiser. Does flash the Q, so he will live until this is over. And Amumu's going to die before he ults. No, he will not, actually. Flesh is on the backside, but he can't
Opie
solo
gets out
out this
alive.
Opie. Front Lash now is trying to chase him down, but he does not. Opie gets another kill. It's a 3 for 2. Will it continue? No. AD carry lives. Ooh, barely dodges out on the dredge line.
I was just about to say the best case scenario out of this for the side of EEE is hopefully one of your carries gets a kill or two off of it.
And there's another kill, Ice Cold Bro, or not kill, I meant to say Hook, who does not die because Olaf is there to back him up. And Garfield Juice gonna heal up a little bit there. Opie's really low. We're seeing a TP instantly out of Bear Jr. here as pings are going onto the dragon. This is the third dragon of the game. And it is a Hextech. Hoagie's gonna get the ward down. Pink comes down for Front Lash to clear it. Kaisa is a little slow on the recall, but he has the Hex Gate to get him back out, so that'll help. Right now, enjoy every emote are posturing. They got another sitting in there. The Zap sees it. Hoagie goes in, but he only finds the Nautilus, so that's not a big enough ultimate. Shockwave does hit too, but it's not the carries. And then Hoagie gets stunned. Curse of the Sad Mummy hits nobody. Fiddlesticks over the backside. Olaf kills the Jinx. This could be a huge fight. There's no AD carry. Fiddlesticks in the Death Realm here. Bear Jr. trying to chase down Flesh. Garfield just goes on a rampage. Here is finally this AD carry, though. And he will go down to Kaisa, who gets shut down. Beezerus is on the backside. He's trying to run down. He has the lifesteal and the attack speed to survive. And the AD carry and Oriana will chase that one off. Double kill for Opie. Kaisa was late to the fight, but she's able to clean it up. It's a 3. No, it is a 4 for 1. And the dragon will be going over here to EEE.
Yeah, huge turnaround from Opie on this Kaisa. Being able to stay alive in the fight up by the Baron Pit and then taking over that fight as well. Sitting on 6, 2, and 3 with a 500 gold bounty. Definitely looking for the side of IT+3 to use said point-click ultimate abilities on this champion to get the shutdown. So if I'm Opie, I'm wanting to play a little bit safe right now, so that way I'm not handing over that gold.
Absolutely. I think that fight, what was key there, the initial engage was not what they were looking for when Amumu tried to look for the angle, but didn't get the good engage. But they had the Fiddlesticks over the wall with an Olaf running down Jinx, killed their AD carry almost instantly, and then they were able to turn it, especially once Kaisa got there. So still not the end of the world as far as gold is concerned. Only about 1.5k now in favor of Enjoy Every Emote, but they do get the second dragon. And now getting those kills means it is 2 items on Kaisa, 2 items on Oriana, 2 items, more than 2.5-ish on the Fiddlesticks, who's once is Zanya's. So.
And I believe with the quick blades,
another engage is coming onto Super Hoagie, who gets his ultimate off. Oh, but the big Fiddlesticks ultimate is there, but the team isn't there to follow it up, so he's just going to go down as well. Suddenly it's 2 for 0. They can look at Baron here. Oriana's bot side with no TP, so they will do just that.
Yeah, great heads-up play by the side of IT+3. The Mordekaiser taking the Amumu out so he couldn't get the Wombo down, and then they were able to focus down the Fiddle in the meantime. Super clutch plays by them to secure this Baron.
Yeah, I love how back and forth this game has been. I think it's been IT+3 had a lead. Enjoy Every Emote brings it back, and then they take another fight and get the Baron and get the lead back for themselves. Meanwhile, Bees R Us gets ignited. He gets hit by the Death Charge. He goes Ragnarok. He flashes onto the Jinx, and Kaisa is here to finish it up, who will now be in the 1v1, but not for long. Here is Garfield Juice. Flash Death Realm gets the cleanse out. Wait, does Did he cleanse?
Does not work.
Doesn't work on that. Didn't know. Shockwave, though, is huge, and here's Fiddlesticks with the ultimate and the rocket belt, and Garfield Juice is strong, but Bear Jr. goes golden and lives. So, chaotic fight there, ends up in a 3-for-2 overall, and takes 3 of the Baron buffs off of IT+3, so that is massive. Flesh was split pushing bot side with TP, making use of the Baron, opts not to TP to the fight, but gets a turret and is pressuring more here. It was answered top. Oh, the Mega Death Rocket almost kills out Bear Jr., which would have been huge. But they trade turret for turret there. And now we're almost dead even in gold here again. After all that happened there before Baron, so...
And the Jinx opting for the extra range with the rapid fire cannon rather than Hurricane. It kind of makes sense because you really don't... I mean, they have 3 melee champions against them. Interesting choice there.
Yeah, I'm seeing rapid fire some. I think it kind of depends. I don't play AD carry as much as I used to, so I'm not sure when it's always the best, but
it's just that the rapid fire Kraken dynamic is just so strong.
yeah. Has himself a BF sword and the pickaxe, so he's pretty close to his Infinity Edge 3rd item, which will be massive. Oh, flash shockwave in there on the Jinx.
Huge.
There's another flash, and all the ultimates are used. Beautiful engage there from Bear Jr. Makes it a quick 2 for nothing. No objectives besides Dragon in 30 seconds, but they can use this tempo to take this turret here. Bear Jr. gets stunned but into the wall, but there's not enough damage. Garfield Juice is here to defend. Maybe they can't quite siege it, but they can pull back to the dragon while Olaf is splitting. Dragon's still not spawned, but here in about 15 seconds. Jinx and Nautilus will be up before that, though, so they're just going to use this pressure. Oh, Hoagie goes in there. He gets ulted, though, instantly. Front lash is on the backside, but there's no follow-up. Garfield Juice is trying to kill Amumu in the Death Realm. He will not do so, and he will go down to the Kaisa. So now it's still a numbers advantage as Dragon is spawning. Jinx ult hits nothing, so Bear Jr. and Hoagie will live. They'll put themselves on Hextech Soul Point unless Frontlash has something to say. Is he going to flash to steal this?
Fronty's definitely had some good steals in his day. They're pulling it out, being very smart. It's going to be really hard for him to wrap around the pit. Oh, okay. They just get the Drake.
Bees R Us was playing keep away with Olaf, just making sure he wasn't sitting there. So, Hextech Soul Point now. We'll be keeping an eye on that in 5 minutes. About 31 or so when that's available for Enjoy Every Emote.
And about a 3K gold lead.
I was going to say, yeah, after that 2-0 pick there in the mid lane and the turret taken bot side, finally a gold that's kind of substantial. I think it's definitely our biggest of the game. But 3,000 is not something you can't overcome, especially when we get closer to 30 minutes. So Jinx does get her Infinity Edge, which is big. Mordekaiser's also on 3 items. Lissandra has her Zanya's and is looking for... She has a tier, so I'm assuming she's going Archangels. Bear Jr. not afraid of the Nautilus. There's nobody there to follow up. Ooh, Opie gets a W as well. Not going to dive him. They're going to use that tempo to take this turret down. Legends looking over the wall for an ultimate. Pings down onto Legends, so they know that Fiddlesticks is around there.
like Olaf's probably going to pick up this top
Oh,
turret
lots
where
of
they flank
damage on the
center.
front lash there.
This is definitely going to be a free turret top.
Yeah, they're keeping them all here. Olaf doing his thing. Depth Charge comes out on the Bear Jr., but the hook doesn't hit. Shockwave doesn't go on anybody either. The fight is crazy. Super Hoagie is the first one to die. Here comes Kaisa on the backside. Legends MK goes golden. Jinx, though, is firing in the backside. She has her passive, and the shield is not enough. Oh, but she goes down to something.
Bear Jr., I think? Yep.
Meanwhile, Bees R Us was splitting the whole time. It ends up being a 4 for 3 in favor of Enjoy Every Emote without the Olaf, who will maybe look to end. Frontlash is going to do what he can to stop that from happening, and actually gets the shutdown onto the Orianna. Sunderer Poppy doing a lot of damage. And we'll stall out the game. Importantly, 35 seconds for Bear Jr. when Baron is up, so that's an option for IT+3 as they respawn. They can take these Hex Gates out quickly.
You should be able to see them crossing on that ward, so it shouldn't be a surprise, but apparently Olaf hasn't seen them.
Uh-oh, he's going to get put in the wall. The Ragnarok is not used. Finally, it's used. He failed flashes. It wouldn't have mattered. I don't think Orianna was on the other side, so now it's definitely an advantage. However, Bear Jr. does have teleport and is up in 5 seconds. But is there any way into this pit? Watch out for the Fiddlesticks. Teleport is used top here. Fiddlesticks, can't see if the ult is being channeled. Not yet. Oh, Bear Jr. gets instantly stunned and taken down. Hoagie's on the backside, but he gets put into the death realm. Legends MK ultimate is pretty big, but not enough. And now IT+3 are going to look to take the Baron.
In total control of this game here.
Yep, W's not going to be able to steal. So gold lead's still in favor, but we'll see what they're able to do with this Baron buff and bringing it back to even. Also, 1 minute now until the Hextech Soul possibility for Enjoy Every Emote, but they'll be dealing with the pressure of the Baron.
Yeah, thankfully for the side of Enjoy Every Emote is that they do have the top inhib down that is supplying that pressure on the opposite side of the map with their soul point coming up. So they have to continually answer that and then hope for a TPN, which looks like Mordekaiser and Lysandra both do have, so I would throw one of them in the side lanes and try and get some deep vision for a potential TP flank. I think that's what you're looking for on the side of IT3. And on the side of Enjoy Every Emote, you're simply just trying to not allow that to happen.
Yeah. Front Lash is going to take a bit of damage here. Is going to... Oh, Kaisa ults to finish that off. Gets knocked away, but shut down by Bees R Us with his pretty damage-heavy Olaf here. Undertow doesn't hit, so Flesh will back out. But that is no jungler for 40 more seconds as this dragon now spawns. Should be a free soul point unless there's a Jinx ult steal. But he doesn't even use it, so that will be Hextech soul point. Never mind, there was the rocket. I didn't see it, but a little bit late. Hextech Soul taken now as Enjoy Every Emote have a couple of thousand gold lead and this permanent buff.
I know it's Soul, and maybe this is just my gold brain talking, but I feel like when you're in a position like that and you don't have vision, they have the back timers ahead of you. Walking blind into a Drake pit when you have Baron buff and you can just simply push mid and finally get that tier 1 tower down to open up the map, I think is questionable. Because they just lost their buff on pretty much everybody.
Yeah. So Enjoy Every Emote are posturing in this jungle here as there is no objective to take and Baron is still 3.5 minutes away, so kind of hard for them to really siege up here without it, as they will just look to keep vision control, although now they did abandon the bot jungle. Pick up their own camps, first little bit of gold, see if they can maybe buy any last items here before the next Baron in a few minutes. unless there's a random team fight that happens out of nowhere before then that could end the game.
I will say the LDR purchased by Jinx is now online, so look forward
Yes.
to a lot of shredding here on this next fight.
Yes,
It's gonna be a
4 item
lot of-
Jinx is huge ahead of the Kaisa. There are 4 items on Fiddlesticks and technically 4 items on Bear Jr. with that Magi's though, so this AoE damage from Fiddle and Orianna will be huge. Oh, they get the death charge onto Opie. The hook is there as well. Flesh flashes and kills him. The AD carry is
What a
gone. Bear
beautiful
Jr. is by
play.
himself. And where are the carries? Finally, here is Legends over the wall, but he doesn't do any damage to the Jinx. That's a double kill for her.
Ooh-wee.
Flashes forward. He's going to go golden, but he'll go down to Flesh here. Olaf is trying to push mid. He Ragnaroks to at least get this turret, which he will do. And then he will get taken down. He might take them on a little bit of a chase. Nope, he goes down. Beautiful fight there, 5-0 in the end. Ice Cold just forcing the issue with the depth charge. Kaisa flashing using cleanse, but it wasn't enough.
They're pushing down bot lane, and there's some really long timers. They should at least be able to get bot inhib, I do believe.
They have to be careful because Opie and Hoagie are up in a few seconds. They can 2v2 them with Amumu Ultimate here in a moment, but I think this will go down. And Opie just goes right in, and like I was saying, 1,000 gold shutdown onto the Kaisa, and actually kills Kaisa with Flesh's damage. But they don't get the inhibitor, which is very key, and so now you have no AD carry or mid laner for 40 seconds. Still plenty of time before Baron, though. I'm going to start chomping my last piece of pizza.
Looking like Bear Jr. pushing up to try and get an inhib for free. Let's see if he's able to get it or if Mordekaiser's going to be able to stop it.
Fiddlesticks is here as well, so no Lissandra
No
or
way.
Jinx. They will get the mid inhibitor, so they will be up that point of pressure here when Baron spawns.
Yeah, at this point, 35 minutes into the game, whoever wins this next fight wins the game, I do believe. Death timers are going to be very long. You have Baron popping up here shortly. So I'm looking for a fight around that. Whoever the winner is, I think that's going to be it. Because, I mean, death timers will be over a minute at that point, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Unless
So
it's a
about
fight where,
50
like,
seconds.
the only people who live are the supports or something, but...
Yeah, agreed.
So, full items now on Jinx. Kaisa has 4 items. Very key to notice, Kaisa built a QSS now. Oh, there's a flash, and the hook goes wide. Nice flash from Bear Jr. But the depth charge is there. The dredge line still misses. Super Hoagie is here on the backside. He goes in. Curse of the Sad Mummy gets onto multiple people. Shockwave is massive. Bear Jr. is huge, and there's the Fiddle 6 to follow. TNT on the backline goes down, and this is going to be it. Bear Jr. following Super Hoagie on the engage. Found the perfect spot, and this will surely be GG, and it's going to be enjoy every emote, taking it 2-0.
Wow, what an absolute turnaround play there. Especially coming from the sub at Super Hoagie. Knowing his whereabouts and trusting on a team that he doesn't even play with to be able to get that Ori ult too. I mean, super, super well played by both Bear Jr. and Super Hoagie.
Yeah. That's the combo we were talking about, which we had seen a couple times, but I think that was the first time that it was that clear and that well executed. So, like we were kind of saying, seemed like it was going to be a very close game, and it was back and forth. Each team taking small gold leads here and there, but in the end, enjoy every emote to take it 2-0, which will bring IT+3 a little bit closer to the rest of the pack in the red division standings, as it will be even tighter as we get into these last 2 weeks. So, I should hit continue. Here we go. So there are the scores for everybody. I'll create a poll here for Game 2 MVP. Okay, so we have bees, legends, bear, Opie, and Super Hoagie. Okay, I believe the poll is there. Team, circles, comp, classic PMA LCS, right? You are legends. Kind of did the same thing with your Jinx, Victor, Jarvan game one, and you guys got 2-0 off of it, so very nice. Who are you thinking about MVP?
Hmm. Hmm. I feel like it has to go to the Oriana. And just for the simple fact of the massive ults that he had throughout the entire game, Bear Jr. The ult at the end to kind of seal the deal as well. Not to mention most damage on the team, and it looks like the highest KDA of their team. So my vote would be Bear Jr.
I definitely think the shockwave, obviously that last one. There was the time he flash forward to get the shockwave onto Jinx Nautilus in the mid lane, which set them up and gave them their first like pretty substantial gold lead. And after that pick, um, lots of other good moments. I think Legends MK also was massive on this Fiddlesticks. He had a massive early lead, and lots of the Crow Storms um, were perfectly executed. He knew how to use like his effigies to clear out vision, and make sure looking for the angles where he was going to get the fear as well as just the damage. Um, and I think he executed that part of the kit very well. Um, and let's see, he ended up being 13, 7, and 16, so he had um, second most kills, and damage wise was actually really close. Look at that. 34k for him, 34k for Opie, 35k for Bear. So all three of the carries very close in damage. Um, I think Fiddlesticks is what was the biggest part of their early to mid game, and the Oriana plays from Bear is what won them the late game. And I think kind of either way you vote on that. Um, Opie doing very well to come back from being down to the Jinx, lots of CS, and Jinx was 4-0 early, being very relevant, getting shutdowns, and being uh, able to still pop off damage when he was that far behind the Jinx early was also impressive. So, but I think the two that you're looking at is probably Legends or Bear, so either way. Let me take the results here. We have a Legends Baron Opie, 1-1-1 for each of those. So I know people are still here. Get in there and vote. I'm gonna go vote. Yeah, Super Hoagie says Opie coming back from my laning gets my vote. Okay, so we have another vote for Bear Jr.
Oh, I was on mute that whole time.
Oh.
So this is obviously hindsight, so take this with a grain of salt here. But looking back at the pick bans, right? We we liked the Lissandra pick because it was safe and it was a good blind pick, so that way he wasn't just getting banned out second round. Which I don't disagree about taking the mid early because that's what I was talking about right beforehand. However, I'm just thinking out loud here. Why not, if you're going to pick early and give the counter, why not pick one of Flesh's strongest champs? I mean, the Zillion was up, and I think that makes a huge advantage and helps them out significantly, giving somebody a second life. Like, think about how many times that the Jinx could have came back, or the Poppy potentially being saved right at that pivotal Drake pick, for example. I just think that potentially getting Flesh on a champion, not that he's not comfortable with Lissandra, but clearly, his top three being Anivia, Heimerdinger, and Zillion. I think going the Heimer or Zillion route might have helped a little bit, especially on the Zillion route. Again, hindsight's 2020, but I think that could have helped in their draft quite a bit.
So poll wise, just since it's about to time out, it's 2 votes apiece for Legends, Bear, and Hoagie, and Opie on one. Oh, there's a late entry for Legends right as time expires, and
Wow, how fun.
Legends gonna take that one, but very close race there. Um, very well deserved on the Fiddlesticks. Very massive, instilling fear in the enemy team as Fiddlesticks should do. So, congratulations to Legends MK and who was it? Game one.
It was Opie, right?
That's right. That's right. On the Jinx. Yes, yes. So Legends and Opie as your MVPs. And congrats to Enjoy Every Emote on your 2-0. But very well played from both sides. I don't. Do you?
Let's
I
hop
don't
on
feel
down
like
to
I
players.
need. Oh, are we gonna do an interview? Okay.
Yeah, sure. That's a fun part.
Legends
on
and
down to
Opie,
player
if
video.
you're around, if you guys want to jump in to player the game one, we can do a quick interview.
Let's go. Well, it looks like they're both out of Discord. No, there's Legends. Hey, one's
What the?
He might have gone to see if he could tell
Get
them to
Opie.
bring Opie, maybe.
Yeah.
So we're here with Legends MK, the return of the Legends in his
Oh,
first
Lord.
split back to PMLCS in a little bit.
hey, there we go.
And now we have Opie. Awesome. So you guys are first of all, congrats to both of you. You're sitting at a total 8-6, I believe, with 2 weeks left. So breaking above 500 as regular season is going to come to an end soon. Very strong performance there, especially considering you had 2 completely different players between game 1 and game 2. Still looking very solid, looking strong as we get closer to playoffs. Any I guess game 1 we were talking about like the flex between Legends and Maie. Did you just pick a Jarvan early and say we can both play Jarvan, and then based off of what we want mid we can flex around, or was there even really much talk about that?
I wish we could say we did that. No. Mine's got a very unique mid lane pool that we
Yeah,
just swapped out.
gotcha. um Obviously both times Jinx was the first pick on blue side, and both times it was fed as hell in the early game. Of course, game 1 was because of that level 1 Fiesta, but um any I guess any other like meta picks that you guys think are just super strong apart from, teams willing to first pick Jinx each time? Are there any other thoughts into draft, or just saying, hey, if Jinx is up on blue side, let's just pick it?
I
You want to take
mean,
this, Opie?
yeah, sure. I mean, I think there's a couple, but I mean, like, I think Annie, and I think that was banned versus us in game 1. I don't remember if it was in game 2, but I think Annie's a very strong one. Bears played it before, and it's super good. I know we don't see Annie as much in the support role, but it's a pretty like just strong overall. I think if yeah, I think if Bear was here, he would tell you that it's on the top of what is it, LS's list of like best champion in the game. But yeah, I mean, we were like Jinx is super strong, and then game 2 it was like, hey, well, they're probably gonna pick it, so I was ready with the Kai'Sa, which is also I feel like is just a super strong scaling ADC as well. So
Yeah. I don't have any like specific questions. Is there anything
I've got one.
you guys have to say about like the level 1 in game 1, or was it
That was my
just
first
like
question.
straightforward like it's a Blitzcrank, let's just group behind a Scion queue and see what happens?
yeah, I mean, it's a Blitzcrank game. Like they're a strong team. We kind of figured they would invade, so we just kind of we're like, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and as you can see, it kind of worked out.
Yeah, just a little bit. That
Yeah,
was
the Cyan Q was
I think
huge.
the biggest gold lead within the first minute and a half that I have ever seen.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I've gone to lane with a pickaxe.
Yeah, it's
Level
insane.
1.
Yeah, and definitely kudos to Ice Cold Bro that game, because like I said out loud, this is unplayable for Ash now, and then Blitzcrank's just like,
Oh
nope.
no, it's Blitzcrank, and it's Ice Cold Bro. Like,
Yeah,
props to them because they immediately punished like the no flash, no ghost, no nothing. Like, we stepped too far forward.
yeah,
I figured if I could maybe damage the Ash out too much, then it would be fine. But yeah, that's a CC. That's what it'll do.
Weird.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, GG's fun games, guys. That's EEE with a 2-0 this week.
Yeah. Yeah,
Looking
but-
forward to seeing.
Thanks for casting, guys.
Yeah.
We always
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Always makes the game more fun.
Yeah. RS3 is better. Okay, thanks, guys.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, just gonna go ahead and sign off. So, there is another match tonight. Black Division, Dadball Gaming versus
Damn.
Naturally Dangerous. I think it's a late one. It's like 9:30 start or 10:30 Eastern. So if you're up, check it out. I believe it's going to be streamed. Otherwise, everyone batten down the hatches for playoffs in a couple weeks, and I hope everyone's enjoying the Rift. And we'll see you next time.
If you want to duo, hit me up.